I'm Shane with Reinhardt's Four Seasons, and today I have Bill Kinnard here from Grandy & Associates.
Hey, great to be here.
Thanks for coming. There's a software program that Grandy & Associates has created that I had found about 5 years ago and implemented into our business, and it just totally changed the way that we were able to grow and scale our company over the past 5 years. So Bill, if you want to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit more about the guts behind all that.
Well, absolutely. I'm Bill Kinnard with Grandy & Associates. I've owned the company for the last 11 years. We've been in existence for 35 years. And our function in life, our goal in life, to help contractors better understand the numbers side of their business. Most contractors, regardless of the trade, are really good at their craft. They just have never had training on the number side of the business. So that's really where we focus our time and our efforts. And so the software program that you're referring to, Shane, is our Planning for Profit software. And really it focuses around the number side of your business. And I'm curious, as you know, we kind of dig into this a little bit. I think it's curious, because I love the story, is how did you originally find us?
Yeah,
out there in the big world.
So how I stumbled across the Grandy & Associates software program was at that point I was dipping our toe in the water with our hardscape design software, and I had found we'll call it a seminar that was talking about it was going to teach me how to use the software to create these landscape designs for customers. So, you know, the first hour of the presentation was about that side of things. Sure. But then the instructor, Patty Conway, he dipped into basically what he said is, all right, we're done with that part. Now this is what I want you guys to really recept. And he started talking about the software program. And at this point I had so it wasn't why I was there. I didn't know, it was one of those things I didn't know I needed.
Sure.
And the more he talked, every minute that went by, I'm watching him and I'm thinking, yes, like this is what I need. Like I push that software stuff aside that we talked about, or the sales presentation software. That stuff, I pushed that aside, and all of my focus was right there. And then I kind of lingered around the classroom a bit after that, because I wanted to talk to Patty one-on-one and get his take, and like, whoa, this isn't what I thought we were going to be here for. But went home that afternoon, purchased the software program, and geeked out on it for the rest of the night, putting all of our information in it, and had that aha moment of, this is what we've been missing. You know, like you said, people in the contracting world are good at their trade or their craft, but that's how they start. They don't start as business people usually, and then pick up a trade. They start as a tradesperson and then turn into business people. Well,
95% of contractor owners across the U.S. and Canada got their start working in the field as a technician, as a worker, for somebody else.
And you know, we're a landscape company, landscape lawn care, but it's not, your software isn't just specific to that. We keep saying contractor. That could be concrete, that could be, you know, HVAC. I know you guys do a lot with HVAC.
HVAC, electrical, landscape, pool and spa, lock and security, really, they're all the same. When it comes to the number side of the business, if you don't know what it costs you per hour to run your business, how can you possibly quote a job?
You know, you look back now, at the time it was always like, I had old truck, old trailer. I usually kept, you know, whatever, in the beginning it was a mower.
Yep.
Usually I always tried to make the piece of equipment that actually made us the money new as I possibly could, because that's what was important. It didn't matter how nice the paint was on a trailer.
That was part of your revenue generation, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. But it made sense then why I was never able to replace that with something newer. It was always like, well, all I have is enough to buy another crappy truck or another crappy trailer. And you know, I was digging into my own personal funds to just keep building this, which, you know, you have to do at some point, but I never saw the light at the end of the tunnel with it until I found the software program. So that was kind of how it happened beforehand.
Sure. So I'm curious, when you went through the software and you saw what your break-even rate was the first time, what you should be charging per hour the first time, what were you thinking?
You know, you can't, it's like one of those hindsight things. You can't go back and change the past. So I was relieved to know, you know, this is where we need to be, but it was also like, oh my gosh, like this is how much we've technically lost over the past years. And you know, being that it was basically, you know, myself as the main employee, and I was at that point living at home yet with my parents, I want to say. Maybe not quite, maybe we just got our house, but it was just like a whoa. The difference of charging $10 an hour difference for a landscaping service. You know, you look at now, we average about 2,000 billable hours a year for landscaping services. Well, if you're $10 off, what does that number equal?
Right.
Times 2,000.
Exactly.
That's a lot of money. And I promise you the number was a lot bigger than that when I first typed it in.
Sure.
But it was a relief too to know, okay, now we're on the straight and narrow. How about, you know, this is one part of your business. Tell us a little bit more about like what you have to offer with that. Because it's not just buy the product and, you know, see you later, taillight warranty kind of thing. What goes into it on your end?
Yeah, quite honestly, we're in business to change lives. That's what it comes down to, because we know, you know, we're not looking to sell a software, we're looking to change your life as a business owner, right? If you understand what it costs you to run this operation, you know what your break-even rates are, you know what I need to charge per hour to cover my cost of operation plus make a reasonable profit. I know what I need to charge to pay me as the owner. Right? I know what I need to charge so I have monies in there to replace those trucks and not have to buy another crappy truck, right? So that's our goal, is how do we change lives? How do we help you understand that? And being a business owner, as you know, is far more than just figuring out what I need to charge per hour. Right. So we're looking at not only finding out what I need to charge per hour, it's what's the difference between cash flow and accounting, right? Your P&L will lie to you every day of the week. It's also, how do I communicate with my team? And so starting to get into that communication and some of the customer service stuff and things that sometimes our employees do that we don't think they do in front of the customer, but they do. That makes or breaks that interaction and what the customer feels they're getting out of it. So we spend a lot of time there. We talk about how then do I manage the team? You know, what are some of the key performance indicators that we should be looking at to find out who are my most productive guys, who are my least productive guys and gals on the team? And so we want to look at all of that stuff and how that factors in, and really looking at the entire business side of the business and how do we help you move your business forward so you're more profitable.
What tools can you give guys in my shoes to be more profitable? Is what that's what
absolutely. Right, because until you have the tools, you know, just like, you know, mowing the lawn and doing the landscaping, right? You've got all these tools around here to help you do that, pieces of equipment. You need to have the pieces of equipment on the number side of the business as well. And so those are the tools that we emphasize. Those are the tools that we focus on in trying to help you learn how to use them within your business.
And as I started this too, you know, I didn't know we needed this, and now it's the biggest part. One of the biggest things I can, you know, give thanks to of what we've stumbled across in the years, because it truly has made, you know, starting from my parents' garage in the back to a really cool facility and
beautiful
and really good employees that go with it. We were, you know, probably like 90% of every other contracting business out there. We knew the crap, but just we didn't know the number side of things. And we found you guys, you know, payroll. When payroll would come, it's always like, oh, like, are we going to be good?
Can we hit it this week?
Can we hit it? Can we hit it this week? Or, gee, I hope that truck doesn't break down this week because I got to get paid from some people. And those are the worries that you have all the time. And you know, now, having been into this for a few years, like, yeah, when stuff breaks down or it happens, it sucks. But you know, the days of like losing sleep over it aren't there as much because we've planned for those things to happen, and that's just part of it. You know, keeping track of that and then analyzing it from this year, looking into next year. Okay, did we go over our budget for that, or did we stay under, and that whole process. So, you know, that's what's been awesome. That's what's helped us get, you know, to where we are today.
Sure. You know, and part of that is, again, knowing exactly what your billable hours are. Right? It's all about the billable hours for you. It's not like you're, you know, you've got the landscaping, you've got some product, but what's going to make or break your business, and really any contractor, is the hours we're billing out. Part of what we do is, again, we're not just simply trying to sell software. That software program is totally useless to you if it's not easy to use. Right, and so it needs to be somewhat intuitive. And not only do we have the team there, quite honestly, we built tutorial videos, literally me standing in front of the software, right? Showing you how to use the thing. And that's
How to input everything,
every
right?
single box on the screen. You
So
can
it's-
literally click on an icon and I'm going to tell you, here's what you need to do on this page.
Awesome. So, for those of you that are curious on this, they have the team. You don't have to know everything.
Right.
They can help you with it. I would say it is good that you do keep track of a lot of your own stuff as far as the billable hours for this service or that service. But, there is a little bit of information you're going to want to keep on your side of things too. So, I guess, we can kind of wrap this up, but is there anything else that we should share about this?
Well, I guess one of the things, if you just want to check it out, first off, we offer a 3-day completely free trial. You can go out to planningforprofit.com, set up an account, and literally play with it and see what it does for yourself. No cost, no obligation. We're not going to hold you to anything. We don't like long-term contracts, right? So it's purely a month-to-month thing. If you want to use it for a little bit and take a break, feel free to do that as well. Again, one of the things that I'm going to stress as much as anything is the simplicity of the program, the team behind it to help you. There's tools in there that, hey, I've got a problem, I'm having an issue. You can report that issue right inside of the software as well, or call us up, right?
Yeah.
I would still like a phone conversation.
Yep.
So we can link up with you in minutes and help you take care of whatever issues you're running into.
And I attest to that. I'm totally, if I have a problem, I hate filling out an online request form. I can call it, if there's a place that answers the phone when I call it,
You're gonna do
you have
that.
my business for
Yep.
sure.